Naruto versus Boruto, a debate that makes fans of the Naruto universe talk. Many mix nostalgia and emotion to define the winner of this fight, but who is really the winner between Naruto Uzumaki, the savior of the shinobi world, and Boruto Uzumaki, the shinobi with a tragic destiny, heir to the power of the Otsutsuki? You have come to the right video to objectively find out which of these two exceptional shinobi is the strongest. For this video, we will take the version of Naruto considered by some to be the best version of Naruto, Naruto Sage of the Six Paths Sage mode. And for Boruto, we will take its basic form version, that is to say the current version at this date of Chapter 18 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. I think it will be fine for everyone. So, without further ado, let's start debunking. Naruto Uzumaki in Sage of the Six Paths mode combined with Hermit mode is one of the most powerful versions of this character in Naruto. Let's start by talking about his physical abilities. Naruto gets an extraordinary boost to his physical abilities when he enters this mode. His physical strength is considerably increased. He's able to stand up to extremely powerful opponents, like Madara, in Jinchuriki de Jubi mode. His blows are so powerful that they can cause craters or send massive enemies flying. His speed and reflexes are just as impressive. Thanks to the energy of the Six Paths and Hermit mode, Naruto obtains superhuman speed, allowing him to rival Kagaya in certain situations. His reflexes are refined, making his movements almost instantaneous when facing fast-moving enemies like Sasuke with the Rinnegan. And his durability is truly superhuman. His body is strengthened by Six Paths chakra, allowing him to withstand extremely destructive attacks without suffering serious injury. He has accelerated regeneration thanks to Kurama and Six Paths chakra. This has an impact on his stamina. The Sage of the Six Paths mode allows him to maintain a prolonged battle against elite opponents without showing any signs of fatigue. The combination of Kurama's chakra and natural energy makes him virtually inexhaustible. Now that we've talked about his physical abilities, let's talk about his super powerful jutsus. Naruto uses a combination of unique techniques, some derived from the Hermit mode, others from the power of the Six Paths. He takes advantage of his Six Paths chakra and Kurama's chakra to improve his basic techniques. For example, the improved Rasen Shuriken, faster, bigger, and capable of leveling entire areas. It can even incorporate elements like wind or Biju tails. Or the truth-seeking ball Rasengan. Combining the orbs of the Six Paths with the Rasengan, it creates an attack of guaranteed destruction. Oh yes, I forgot. By obtaining the chakra of the wise Rakuto, Naruto gets up to 9 black orbs floating behind him. These orbs can be used as defensive or offensive weapons. Destroy everything they touch, even at a molecular level. They can also neutralize enemy techniques. But there's more to come. Yes, Naruto is really strong. In addition to everything I've said, Naruto can use the unique abilities of the 9 Biju thanks to the chakra he received from Hagoromo. This means he can combine elements such as fire, water, lightning, etc. with his Rasengan. Thanks to Hagoromo, he has the improved Biju Dama Jutsu, a Biju bomb massively amplified by the energy of the Six Paths. Ah yes, thanks to the Six Paths, Naruto can levitate, which greatly improves his mobility in combat. His control of natural energy is so advanced that he can detect invisible or camouflaged enemies. And of course, Naruto can create more resistant and intelligent clones, capable of using advanced techniques like Hermit mode or Black Orbs. Let's talk about his sensory sensitivity. He can sense hostile intentions from a great distance, even on a battlefield full of disturbances. In short, Naruto's Sage of the Six Paths in Hermit Mode is an almost invincible combination of raw power, varied techniques, and ingenious strategy. Thanks to these qualities, he was able to defeat opponents like Kagaya and play a key role in the end of the Ninja War. But, I said almost invincible because there are exceptions. And let's talk about one of these exceptions, which is none other than the current strongest shinobi in the Naruto universe, Boruto Uzumaki, or as some still call him, Boruto Otsutsuki. After the temporal ellipse, Boruto Uzumaki has considerably strengthened his fighting abilities. Let's talk about his physical abilities first. Boruto has improved his physical strength and speed, enabling him to compete with powerful opponents and react quickly in combat. His intensive training has given him notable endurance, enabling him to sustain prolonged battles without showing signs of fatigue. For example, he is able to react to Code's attacks. You might say that Code is a fraud, but please let me do the cooking. In the fight between Code, Boruto, Kawaki, Naruto, and Shikamaru, it is said that Code's ability to teleport in claw marks is faster than Minato Namake's flying Raijin. The fact that Boruto is able to react to this is clearly goat-like. Another feat Boruto is capable of is reacting to Kawaki's dojutsu. Remember that the stakes he propels are so fast that even Naruto and Sasuke with the Mangekyo Sharingan and Rinnegan are unable to react to them. The fact that Boruto is able to react to them makes him one of, if not the fastest and most reactive of the Naruto-verse. Now let's talk about his jutsus. Boruto masters advanced variants of the Rasengan, including versions enhanced by his affinity with lightning, increasing their destructive power. He also masters Naruto's favorite technique, multi-cloning. He uses clones effectively for complex strategies, creating openings and destabilizing his opponents. However, he can only make for clones, at least for the time being. He also masters another family technique, mastered by his grandfather Minato Namake's, the flying Raijin. Boruto has demonstrated the ability to use this technique to teleport and surprise his enemies. It should be pointed out that Boruto has mastered a technique similar to flying Raijin, but it's not quite the same. He decided to name it after his grandfather. But the technique works in much the same way. Chapter 5 also states that Boruto has mastered all the techniques that Sasuke has mastered. What Sasuke meant by this is that Boruto masters all of Sasuke's techniques that Boruto can perform. For example, Boruto hasn't mastered jutsus related to the Sharingan or fire jutsus because Boruto can't, at least not at present, use jutsus related to fire. But, for example, all jutsus linked to lightning, wind, and water can be used and mastered by Boruto. If Sasuke knows jutsus related to these elements, then Boruto has mastered them. Boruto has also mastered a fearsome planetary jutsu, the Rasengan Yuzuiko. Rasengan works by using the Earth's energy. Its power is infinite. Boruto is able to gauge the power of this technique from 0 to infinity, and is therefore capable of one-shotting any enemy. Boruto also masters the art of the sword, just as Sasuke mastered it, given that Sasuke taught him how to use it. His movements with the sword are so fast that not everyone can see them. Sasuke and Kashin Koji really trained Boruto well. Now that we've covered Boruto's jutsus, let's talk about his combat intelligence. Boruto is able to quickly assess combat situations, identifying his opponent's strengths and weaknesses to adapt his strategies accordingly. He can modify his approach to suit the circumstances, switching easily from range to hand-to-hand combat. Under pressure, Boruto makes effective decisions, exploiting the opportunities that present themselves during combat. Strong, isn't it? But there's more. Like Naruto, with Kyuubi, Boruto has Momoshiki and Kama advantages. Thanks to Kama, Boruto can absorb chakra-based techniques, neutralizing many enemy attacks. The Momoshiki power built into Kama strengthens his jutsus, increasing their power and effectiveness. The Kama offers accelerated healing, enabling Boruto to recover quickly from injuries sustained in battle. The Kama gives him access to Momoshiki's 1,000 years of combat experience and ancestral techniques, enriching his combat arsenal. Yes, just like Momoshiki, when he controls Boruto, Boruto too can use Momoshiki's techniques just as Kawaki can use Ishiki Otsutsuki's techniques. I'm not going to explain all his fighting abilities or all his jutsus, as the video would be too long, but if you want to know them, I invite you to go and see my video, which talks about Boruto's appearance in Suna as I deal with Momoshiki's fighting abilities in that video. In conclusion, Boruto Uzumaki is a highly skilled ninja, combining enhanced physical abilities, advanced jutsu mastery, sharp tactical intelligence, and significant advantages thanks to Momoshiki and Kama, making him a formidable opponent on the battlefield. He's very strong, but still has a lot of room for improvement. Because yes, we haven't talked about his dojutsu. The ultimate dojutsu, the treasure of the Otsutsuki. Boruto has somehow inherited the Jogen, the Otsutsuki's precious and super powerful eye. I haven't mentioned this because we know little, if anything, about the Jogen. That's why I haven't dealt with it in this video. But I'll be doing a theory on this eye soon, so subscribe so you don't miss it. Now that we've talked about the extraordinary abilities of these two shinobi, let's try some simulated combat scenarios to see which of Naruto and Boruto is the strongest of the Uzumaki. Already, the fight will start with taijutsu. Between Boruto and Naruto, there is a world of difference. Already Boruto is faster than Naruto. He masters in particular the close combat. And with his mastery of the sword, Naruto will have to quickly move away before being cut by Boruto's sword. I also want to add that Naruto will have a hard time physically touching Boruto. It's easy to deduce because we can base ourselves on Naruto and Sasuke's performance against Jigen and Boruto's performance against Code. Naruto had a lot of trouble following Jigen with his eyes without Sasuke. You might tell me it wasn't Naruto Prime, but I think, or even sure, that even Naruto's Sage of 6 Paths Sage Mode gets speed blitzed by Jigen Ishiki. I say this because Naruto, against Madara Uchiha and Kaguya Otsutsuki, was overtaken several times by these two. And do I still need to remind you in 2025 that Jigen, Ishiki, and Code are 100 times physically stronger and 100 times faster than Madara and Kaguya? The fact that Boruto is able to react to Code's Shinjutsu, which are faster than Minato's Flying Raijin, makes Boruto an untouchable opponent for Naruto. Boruto is therefore stronger in taijutsu than Naruto, and will therefore have to forget about hand-to-hand combat. Naruto can try to use his clone technique, but numbers are not a problem for Boruto. He will just have to speed blitz all the clones, like he did in Chapter 2 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, and the clones will be neutralized. Using clones would just be a waste of time and chakra. Naruto could then use his jutsus. He could then launch his Rasen Shuriken. We remind you that this technique is devastating and can be infused with chakra from the tailed demons. Despite the power of this jutsus, Boruto has two options available to him if Naruto clones himself and spams the Rasen Shuriken. His first option could be to teleport behind Naruto using his teleportation technique. But this option can be very complicated because he must succeed in throwing his kunai exactly behind the right Naruto. But it is feasible because precision is not a problem for Boruto. But this option is still the least likely to succeed. So the plan that will work 100% is to use the Kama absorption abilities. Remember that Kama can absorb any type of ninjutsu or sealing as long as it is chakra-based. Naruto's jutsus are therefore ineffective against Boruto. Naruto must therefore inevitably fight hand-to-hand, despite his inferiority. Naruto has an option available to him, which is to use the Ashura form. This form allows Naruto to cover himself with Kyuubi's chakra and fight with Kyuubi at his side. But don't forget what happened when he did this against Jigen. Jigen was able to pierce through Kyuubi's chakra coat. By doing that, Naruto was off guard and Kyuubi's chakra coat vanished. Do I really need to explain to you that Boruto is able to achieve this feat by either using his speed to pierce Naruto's defense like Jigen did, or he teleports to Naruto to remove his chakra cloak? Every time Naruto does something, he ends up back where he started. Unlike Boruto, who can literally one-shot Naruto in multiple ways. First, while Naruto will be struggling to just try to hit Boruto, Boruto will be able to charge his Yasuko Rasengan to a destructive power that he can one-shot Naruto for now. When Naruto will try to either throw other useless Rasen Shuriken at him or try to hit him, Boruto will just have to speed blitz him and put a Yasuko Rasengan in his face, and it's game over for Naruto. Another way to one-shot him is to speed blitz him with a sword strike. But somehow I don't find this option very realistic and interesting. But it should be noted that this option exists. One option to, this time, just defeat Naruto without the one-shot is for Boruto to use his Kama. By using it, he will have access to Mamoshiki's power, jutsus, and years of fighting experience. You might rush to say that Boruto doesn't have full control of his Kama, but he can use it widely in a short time. Let's imagine that Boruto loses control. If that's the case, then Naruto is even more cooked than he already is, because he would then fight against Borushiki. And let's remember that Mamoshiki is enough to beat Naruto. But hey, if you want a video about a Borushiki versus Naruto fight, I can do it. But that's not the subject of this video. In conclusion, Boruto Uzumaki beats Naruto Uzumaki without any difficulty, given that Naruto has nothing to counter Boruto's attacks, and nothing to defend himself against them. Naruto's attacks have no effect on Boruto. While Boruto can counter all of Naruto's attacks, and can attack Naruto without too much difficulty, Boruto is therefore the winner of the fight of the strongest Uzumaki. And it's not even close.